So my bench is in the basement, but I want to get it to Oklahoma. This is going to be interesting. Hey y'all, I'm James Wright, and welcome to the show. We're gonna have a lot of fun today. I want to show you a few things that are happening around here at Skiatook 2017. So first thing is I have to get the bench up the stairs, and in my mind this was going to be a hard task, but something fairly simple. This bench actually weighs about as much as my new bench top, so it's not really heavy as it's all Douglas fir. But still, it was a challenge to bring it up the stairs by myself, and I found it easier to do without the dolly. And I thought, wow, good, I'm finally done. I got it up the stairs, and then I realized, wait a second, now I got to get this into the van to take to Oklahoma. So I tried this way, and it didn't fit. So I tried that way, and it didn't fit. And I'm starting to get worried, but then I finally figured out just lay it down and slide it in. Took up a bit more space that way than I wanted, but oh well, it got it there. So we got to Oklahoma, and I got setting things up. I was one of the first there. You can see Molly and Dylan there from Woodbrew, and Ty Moser was there, and a few others. But then by the end of the day, most people had showed up, and you can start to see this is going to be fun. This is kind of like Woodstock for video woodmakers. And then, of course, the guys from the Crafted Podcast showed up, Johnny and Zach, which if you're not listening to the Crafted Podcast, why aren't you? But the three of us made a coffee table when we were there, and so we made it out of a sheet of plywood. Yes, I know this is a power tool, but it's a cordless table saw, and so that counts, right? It's cordless, unplugged. Okay, whatever. But the three of us wanted to make this, so we cut up all these strips. We ended up using 1/3 of one battery to rip them all down on the table saw. I was seriously impressed. But then you can lay them out, and layer by layer build this up from basically the side up, but layer it with glue, brad nail it on, and build this bench. And that was a lot of fun. But some of the other things I got to do is I got to teach carving, so I brought my bench along so that I could clamp things into it. This is a small project. I'll be having a video coming out soon. A guy brought in a piece of wood, and I just started carving into it, made a hanger, and had a lot of fun with everyone hanging out. It was a lot of collaboration and working together. We had tools that other people could use, and other people had tools that we could use. And we're just hanging out and getting to talk to people and experiencing what other people work with and tools that they might use. The woodworking school was there, and he was teaching classes. Jay Bates made this bench and gave it away. Really cool bench that he made while we were there. There were also CNCs. He was actually making dice, which I thought was really, really cool. Yeah, just a lot of fun and weird things. Pen turning, so you could pick out a kit and pick out your blanks and turn a pen while you're there, or learn to turn it. Milling up logs left and right. This is Osage orange and cedar. Beautiful logs that you could buy. Braxton Worthland was there teaching carving. Mono Loco Workshop, Ty Moser, he was doing all sorts of cool things while we were there. Also made some amazing food. He was the grill master. And then Spongin Works was there doing some gilding work on wood. Beautiful, beautiful work. Paintings and other artisan crafts such as chainsaw working. You can see a dragon in the background that he was working on. And so you could learn from people who were actually doing this, and then hang around with people and say hi. Get to meet people you've been wanting to meet for a while and brush up on ideas, put together collaborations. All sorts of projects were coming out, and this bench was given away at the end here. And welding, and this is an amazing pallet. How would you like to work with that pallet? Beast of a thing. This is a mill that has a chainsaw head on it, but it also has a finishing head. Really kind of cool. He was milling up these roots while we were there. This is Osage green, and it's the root of Osage orange, and they were doing some carving. Beautiful, gorgeous work. And then, of course, Jimmy DiResta showed up. So he was hanging out, and we got to spend the evening with him and just chatting up a storm. Woodbrew built this hammock stand, which I thought was one of the smartest things out there. And then, of course, at the end of the event, we gave away a ton of things. We gave away the chop saw and table saw that we had, the bench, the couple other benches that were made, the coffee table we made, a bunch of other tools, and the odds were fantastic. There really weren't that many people here at the end. And then I got to go to SV Seeker down in Tulsa, a little ways away. This is a guy who's building a boat in his front yard. I mean, we're talking about makers. This is an 80-foot long ship in his front yard that he is building from scratch. Everything in it is something that has been made and assembled, and just an amazing amount of time. This is Cressel Anderson from Maker Size. The two of us were helping out there. Cressel was there for the entire weekend, but it was kind of cool to actually go and lend a hand on building this boat and see what all went into it. I was working on the axle that will then be mounted to this so that they can move this boat across land. I mean, I can imagine driving down the road and seeing this 80-foot long ship running up beside you on the interstate. I'm looking forward to that day. So it was a lot of fun and amazing weekend. So as you can tell, I had a fantastic weekend and an absolute blast in Skiatook. If I could go to only one woodworking event a year, it would probably be that one. Yes, other events might have things that may be more of a draw in one area or another, but that one was the most fun and the most eye-opening and enjoyable, and just an all-around amazing experience and a great opportunity. So word on the street is this will be happening again next September rather than June, and I'm really looking forward to that. So here is to Skiatook 2018. So that's about it for today. I had a blast on this trip, and I'm looking forward to getting back to doing some woodworking and building a bench here soon. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit like and go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Also, go ahead and subscribe to me on Wood by Wright #2. I do put a lot of behind the scenes, and I'm also going to be moving all of the shop reports over there if that's something you want to see. I do want to say an incredible thank you to the patrons on Patreon. It was great getting to meet many of you this weekend. If you'd like to find out more about that, you can do so right over here. And until next time, have a wonderful day.